Hello, YouTube! We are back with a BT11 Ultimate Cup modified format deck list for Machinedramon, which is definitely shaping up to being one of the best decks of the format. It's a level 5 toolbox cyborg deck with big boss monsters that are hard to kill. It is good. It is worth the hype, and I've based my deck list around a few that I've seen. I have gathered the most inspiration from Lychee's deck list, because he's the one that won it with it first at GFG Locals. But I've changed a lot of cards in it because I'm just putting my own spin on it and testing what works for me. So hopefully you guys enjoy this deck profile, and if you do, like, comment, subscribe, turn notification on Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these Digimon videos go out. This is a deck you will see at Ultimate Cup, I promise. So to start with the eggs, just 4 Pogus. You're really conveniently just swinging your rookies and champions into security sometimes. Pogu's there for the extra card. It usually resolves. There are 39 black Digimon in this deck, so the odds of it resolving are pretty high. We don't do the Doraemon combo in this deck. It's really cute, but deck space is really tight, and we need it for other things. So there you go. Rookies is pretty straightforward lineup. We only play 8. 4 Hagurumon. On play, discard a Cyber Machine, draw 2. Destiny draw for the deck. Really good card. And I play 4 copies of Chumon. Memory gaining floodgate card. Very, very good against the format. Everyone's playing memory boosts and stuff against memory, blah, blah, blah. Every deck has them. So, yeah, 4 Chumons is really good. That's it for the rookies. Really, really simple lineup. Again, no room for anything fancy like Dorumon, nothing. No fanciness. Just good 8 good rookies. 8 good rookies. Champions. This is where the lineup starts to differ from other decks you've seen already. 4 Numons, because it's a champion that's cheap to play and one to evolve. Really good card. We play 2 copies of Nani. Nani being a security Digimon that comes out when you hit in security is really cool. It's also a 3-cost champion to play. That's why we're playing in the deck. It's super cheap, aggressive, and really, really cool. I am playing 2 more champions. I'm playing 2 more copies of Black Lobomon, aka Grumblemon. We do this because I have hybrided for game. And you can do that this format. And you find that usually you mill like 1. Sometimes you mill 2. And that's okay. But like, if you can randomly just hybrid for game, just close out a game faster, it's really, really cool. Have I thought about Nanimons instead? I have. But I like what the Grumblemons are doing for me right now. They're really, really cool. That's it for the champions. Alright, so now we're into the ultimates. This is where the toolbox part of the deck comes in. Some of you will love it, and some of you will hate it. I'm just letting you guys know right now. And by the way, we're not playing any more than 2 of any level 5, because it is a toolbox deck. We want as many different tools in our box as possible. Starting with 2 copies of BT11 Metal Tyrannomon. It has a Wind Digivolving on play that I've literally never used. It does, when you play it or evolve it, for each Black Tamer you have suspended old Digimon, then one of them doesn't unsuspend. I guess that can come up. It's really there for the inheritable. The old turns once per turn. If your Digimon deletes a opposed Digimon battle, you trash the top card of the security stack. Broken. It gives you security burn in Machinedramon, which is pretty wild. That's pretty good. Next, 2 copies of Metal Greymon. I have used this guy where I evolve and Digivolve and pop something. Absolutely. But it is there for the inheritable. You can attack an unsuspended Digimon. And that's just really, really powerful. So we played 2 copies of that. Now, things get kind of interesting at this point in time. Sort of. We play 2 copies of BT11 Gigadramon. This guy has jamming, and it has Reboot Always. Reboot Always is very important, because we're also playing 2 copies of BT5 Black Mac Galgamon. It has Reboot on its own, which is fine. But the inheritable says during your turn, if you have Reboot, you have plus 2000 DP. So this allows your machines to hit 13, and your Gigas, or Chaos Dramons, to hit 14. Numbers that could matter when things like Hydra C or 13,000. You know, you might need to be able to attack over it if you can't hit Digimon for some stupid reason. You know what I mean? It could come up. So the extra 2,000 there in security checks is fine. It's really cool. But you need this Reboot. Because we do play the other Reboot guy in our deck, but it is Reboot only on the opponent's turn, which is not useful to that at all. The last 2 of we play in the deck are 2 copies of Metal Mamimon. When digivolving, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You add a level 6 with Machine to your hand, mill the rest. I feel like I always whiff this card personally, but that's okay because we have another effect, an inheritable. When attacking, if it's Machine in its traits, delete an opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. That comes up a lot. Just popping random memory blockers, other stupid things. This does happen a lot, which is why I'm playing 2 copies of it. Now, the rest of the cards we play 1 copy of. We play 1 copy of Andromon, which is the same evolving effect as Metal Mamimon, but has opponent's turn blocker. Blocker is important. We have Metal Tyrannomon, which is the same as this, but instead of opponent's turn blocker, it's opponent's turn reboot, which less good, but okay. We play 1 copy of Machinedramon from the the Black Starter deck that came out a long time ago. Just blocker inheritable. It's really, really good. And the last level 5 we're playing is 1 copy of Machinedramon. When digivolving, you pop a Tamer 3 or less. When attacking, you pop a Tamer 3 or less. Really good against all force. Because if you can do in 1 turn, which I have in testing, where like you evolve this, you pop a Tamer, and then you like use your option, the this thing, the attack, and then you evolve into like a Chaos or something, and you attack again, you pop another Tamer, which is insane, which is really, really good. So yeah, if All Force is one of the best decks of the format, this card really helps you in that matchup. So that's pretty cool. That's it for the level 5s. To my knowledge, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14. It's a toolbox deck, and we want our pieces. That's really, really it. Plus, Machinedramon needs different names, which is why we're playing all the different names. Level 6s. Now, I'm doing something special that I really haven't seen, but maybe I just don't know everyone's deck profiles. I am playing 4 copies of Chaosdramon. What does this card do? So it evolves for 4 or for 1 on a Machinedramon. It has on player when digivolving, you attach up to 3 level 5 sources from trash or hand with different names to de-digivolve an opponent's Digimon by 1 stage for each card you stick underneath it. That effect is cool, and that comes up. And the reason we play this card out of 4 of is also because of the old turns effect. If it would be deleted or bounced, you can strip 2 sources to prevent that. That's very powerful. I like 4 Chaosdramons because it's really, really good in the mirror match to de-digivolve. It's really good against block or evade all force. It's really good against Hydressy. And it's good against Blue Flare, against their Metal Greymons and all that stuff. So I think 4 Chaosdramon is key. But yeah. I like it a lot. I like seeing it. I like evolving into it. I like de-digivolving stuff. And I like having a body that the opponent can't really deal with. Moving right along, we're playing 3 copies of the new one, the BT11 Machinedramon. When digivolving on play, you reveal top 5 cards to your deck. You add an analog man to your hand. You stick in your sources, level 5 you reveal there, and you trash the rest. I always whiff on analog man with this card, 100% of the time. I did it on stream earlier. I did it in playtesting. I never, ever, ever get analog man with this card. It sucks for me, but really good for other people, I'm sure. On deletion effect, by the way, is really good. If you have analog man on the board, you bottom deck an analog man to play Machinedramon from hand, which means you can play either one of these, or you can play one of these. We play 2 copies of EX1 Machinedramon. I don't like 3 in this format. I think Chaosdramon is strictly better, but this guy is good. 12 to play. When you play it, gain a memory back for up to 5 sources that you stick underneath it from trash or hand. So if you do this off of Machinedramon here, you're gaining up to 5 memory, which could end the opponent's turn, which is really, really good. Also has old turns, no DP reduce, which is really good against yellow hybrid and security control. And old turns would be deleted, just get rid of 2 sources instead. 2 level 5 sources. It is your answer to security control and ignorant things. But besides that, like the rest of this is all a really good lineup. I am a really, 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 really big believer in this 4 Chaosdramon. I am. I love it. It's insane. It's really cool. Next, options. 4. I like winning the game. And this card allows you to win the game faster. This is attack of the heavy mobile Digimon. You activate it by trashing a card with Cyborg or Machine. It gives you on-play Rush and on-play Blitz. So you can play a Machinedramon or Chaosdramon and attack with it right away, or you can evolve a Machinedramon or Chaosdramon if it passes over turn. Attack with it right away. That's really good on its own, but as security effect is actually really, really good. You trash a card with Cyborg or Machine and its traits from your hand to delete opponent's Digimon whose play cost is less than or equal to the trash card's play cost. So if you get rid of one of your level 6s, you're popping level 6 or lower. Which, by the way, no one is really playing level 7s in this format. Very rarely will you see one. So this can pop basically anything if your hand can afford it. This card's crazy. People play 3, I get it. But I like 4. I like seeing it. I mill it a lot. I like seeing copies of it. I like seeing it in security. It's really good. Then we do 2 copies of Memory Boost. Everything is black in this deck. You never miss. And Engage Memory later on can come in handy for sure. Tamers. I play 4 copies of Analog Man. I think you have to play 4, and Machinedramon's win percentage directly correlates with the amount of Analog Mans you have on the field in your game. If you have 1, you're doing good. If you have 2, you probably won. If you have 0, it's rough. Hopefully you get it with things like Machinedramon, which I don't get, but hopefully other players are able to get that. What does this card do that makes it so good? Well, to start your main phase, you trash level 5 with Cyborg to gain a memory and draw a card. That's crazy. And then opponent's turn, if they attack a player, you suspend this to redirect the attack to a level 6. So if they forget about that and they misplay, they're swinging into your Machinedramon or whatever, and they lose a body, and it's really, really good. This card's crazy. This card makes the deck a whole lot better. The final card is Izzy. I'm trying out 1 copy of Memory Tamer Izzy. A really fun fact is that Izzy always costs 3 essentially in this format because all your cards will be black. So there have been the odd scenario where they are at 0 memory, they attack security, they flip Izzy, it's my turn, I'm at 3. It's really, really funny when that happens. It's very, very rare. But I think the Memory Tamer is super good because being able to do Izzy plus double Analog Man turns is just really, really powerful in my opinion. I think it's really good. That's it for my version of Machinedramon. It's working wonders for me. This is definitely the boss monster of the deck. I don't care what anyone says. This is like the best card in your deck, followed by Analog Man. And then your other Machinedramons are here for moral support. And your toolbox is really, really strong. It gives you access to all sorts of stuff you need in the format. Burn security, tamer removal, attacking unsuspended, all blocker, you have it all. It's really, really good deck. I do recommend trying it out. It's actually super budget. I think you can build this deck for under $100 US. I'm pretty sure.